Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning story time. I'm Brittany Charity, and I hope everybody has a beautiful and blessed weekend. Today, look who's hanging out with me. All these ducks. Look at this flock. They sure are pretty. They were actually hanging out on the table while I was here when I first got here, and I asked them politely if I could use the table, and they nicely moved away. But they didn't actually go away. They're still hanging out, so I think they want to hear with us. So I'll start it with this little song this morning of mine. We are called to trust outside of time. The dust, it settles only for the blind. The walking pilgrim can see very clearly that everything's alive and everything is moving dearly. Holy land of your son, Taringa, you are walking to that edge between hunger and fed. Oh, sweet holy land of Wasanta, you're so sure, and liberate and celebrate all that's good. It's a little one I'm working on called Saunter, and hopefully you'll be hearing it on a screen near you soon. So today I'm going to read you an excerpt from Paulo Coehlo's Manuscript from Accra. And this was actually a book given to me in my time when I was a reporter for a newspaper way back when in another life in Miami. And this is actually it's not a finished manuscript. It was like a rough draft that they sent to the newspaper to review. But in it, it's kind of like this village is being attacked by an outside source, and everybody there is expecting to die. They literally are expecting to be gone. They're expecting no more after this horrible army is going to come and plunder and take everything from them and kill everybody. And this elder holds a council meeting, and he's trying to bring peace to everybody, and everybody has these last minute questions about life, and they all ask him a question and he responds, and it's a very powerful book. And so I'm gonna start with this piece of advice that he gives, and it goes like this. "Tell us about solitude," said a young woman who had been about to marry the son of one of the richest men in the city, but was now obliged to flee. And he answered, "Without solitude, love will not stay long by your side, because love needs to rest, so that it can journey through the heavens and reveal itself in other forms. Without solitude, no plant or animal can survive. No soil can remain productive. No child can learn about life. No artist can create. No work can grow and be transformed. Solitude is not the absence of love, but its complement. Solitude is not the absence of company, but the moment when our soul is free to speak to us and help us decide what to do with our life. Therefore, blessed are those who do not fear solitude, who are not afraid of their own company, who are not always desperately looking for something to do, something to amuse themselves with, and something to judge. If you are never alone, you cannot know yourself. And if you do not know yourself, you will begin to fear the void. But the void does not exist. A vast world lies hidden in our soul, waiting to be discovered. There it is, with all its strength intact. But it is so new and so powerful that we are afraid to acknowledge its existence. The act of discovering who we are will force us to accept that we can go further than we think. And that frightens us. Best not to take the risk. We can always say, I didn't do what I should have done because they wouldn't let me. That feels more comfortable, safer, and at the same time, it's tantamount to renouncing your own life. Woe to those who prefer to spend their lives saying, I never had any opportunities. Because with each day that passes, they will sink deeper into the well of their own limitations. And the time will come when they will lack the strength to climb out and rediscover the bright light shining through the opening above their own head. And blessed be those who say, I'm not brave enough, because they know that it is not someone else's fault. And sooner or later, they will find the necessary faith to confront solitude and its mysteries. For those who are not frightened by the solitude that reveals all mysteries, everything will have a different taste. In solitude, they will discover the love that might otherwise have arrived unnoticed. In solitude, they will understand and respect the love that left them. In solitude, they will be able to decide whether it is worth asking that lost love to come back, or if they should simply let it go and set off along a new path. In solitude, they will learn that saying no does not always show a lack of generosity, and that saying yes is not always a virtue. And those who are alone in this moment need never be frightened by the words of the devil, "You're wasting your time," or by the chief demon's even more potent words, "No one cares about you." The divine energy is listening to us when we speak to other people, but also when we are still and silent and able to accept solitude as a blessing. And in that moment, its light illuminates everything around us and helps us to see that we are necessary, that our presence on earth makes an immense difference to its work. And when we achieve that harmony, we receive more than we asked for. For those who feel oppressed by solitude, it's important to remember that in life's most significant moments, we are always alone. Take the child emerging from a woman's womb. It doesn't matter how many people are present. The final decision to live rests within the child. Take the artists and their work. In order for their work to be really good, they need to be still and hear only the language of the angels. Take all of us when we find ourselves face to face with that unwanted visitor, death. We will all be alone at that most important and most feared moment of our existence. Just as love is the divine condition, so solitude is the human condition. And for those who understand the miracle of life, those two states peacefully coexist. Wow. I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and I hope you're enjoying Saturday morning story times with me. I'll see you next week.